All right, another Football Manager update. Season 2 in the Championship after our failed playoff run last year. I'll let you know, that's the first game of the season. Home to Millwall, nice and easy. Then Coventry away, just got promoted. So quite a nice start to the season, I think. Hopefully we can start with it. I'll show you how the team's been updated. I'll show you the outs first. Transfer history. Outs. George Wilson's gone. Yeah, sold him for 1.4 million. With the midfielders I bought in last year, he wasn't going to play, so I sold him. Fortunately, club legend Sammy Greenwood's gone. I just didn't think he's quite at the level I want him to be, and I had players that are better him in pretty much every position. I didn't want him to sit on the bench and do nothing, so he's gone. He actually went to his childhood club, Sunderland, if anyone was interested. Yeah, he started at Sunderland and he was happy to sign for Sunderland again. Only 225k. I think the board were a bit unhappy that I didn't get the right amount of money for him, but I don't really mind. Obviously, Webster gone, we know that. Danny Scott went. I was thinking of starting him as the main striker this year, but he just didn't. When he played last year, he didn't look that good. So I sold him, but I put two. Let's say it here. Not sure well. I put two clauses in the sale that were 50% off the next transfer. So if whoever he goes to, I get 50% off. And I also put, this is a cheeky little thing that I learned, 50% of the next transfer and a buyback clause. So I'm thinking that if he gets good and he really progresses and I want him back, I can buy back. I actually got it in for 5 million. However, with the 50% off the transfer, I will get 50% of that back. So if I buy him for 5 million, I get 2.5 back. So I bought him for 2.5 million. So the way I see it is that if I think the computer thinks that they get the money, and they don't, because they get 50%. So I'll see how that goes. That's always something to look out for. Maybanks is a young left back. I think he's out on loan. Yeah, I'm not sure how good he is. This guy. Now, I was really surprised at this guy. He's a young 17-year-old Cypriot goalkeeper in my he was under my under 18s. Didn't think he was any good. Villa have come in and bought him for 5.5 million, rising to possibly 12.25 million out of nowhere. That is free money. I have basically not sold anybody, and I have sold him for 5.5, and it's just made me loads of money. Eugene Burton Walker is another guy on loan. Andy Ward, this guy has come from the youth, and within this that is what he's come out as. 17, he's absolutely mental. He is fantastic. He could slip into the first team immediately, but I figured he's 17. I didn't want him to go in straight away, so I'm giving him a year on loan at Notts County. I think Notts County are League 2. Yeah, League 2. So hopefully he shines for them. Joe Newton, didn't know who he was. That's just a compensation fee. Labanot Shala is an Albanian striker. He's gone on loan to actually my first club. Before I was at Concord, I was at the Metropolitan Police, and he's gone out on loan to them, so I was happy to let him go. And again, this guy was he's just gone. I don't know if he's any good, but compensation of $250,000. Fine. So I got 8 million in sales, and I barely spent anything. I got a lot of guys in on free from good players. Darren Moore is making a return. I know he didn't dazzle that much, but I needed kind of a backup centre attacking midfielder, and this guy came up on a free. And actually, in the last couple of games in the playoffs, he actually played quite well. So I'm going to have him in there. And I also got Jack Grealish. He's 33 years old, and by no means am I going to start him, but he can play in a range of positions across the midfield and just attacking midfield positions. And he's only 33. He's the highest wages, 10.5, but he's only going to stay for a year. He might stay for longer if he plays well. But everyone else is just young signings. These top four are all really young. They're all 18, 19-year-olds. I have no real intention of playing them immediately. Pilipovic will be a substitute. But the other three, I think Tending might be I'll pay as a substitute, but Bolter and Shaw, promising young guys, but I won't start them immediately, see how their seasons go. But I've not signed anyone, really. I've been too sort of frightened to spend that much money. I've got some really good young guys who have been out on loan last year who I'm bringing in this year, making sure they get part of the team. Oh, Diogo, I realised I actually signed him on a 2-year loan deal last year. So I was waiting for him to go back, and he didn't, and I realised I actually signed him on a 2-year loan deal, so he'll be staying for this year. With that 2.5 million clause in there as well, if he plays well. He's favourite to be player of the season for the league as well, so that's good. I'm hoping he finishes that. But yeah, so there's my goalkeepers, Cook and Dosso. I've got right backs in Hughes and Aina, so they're still there. Left backs in Rogier and Boy, that's not changed. So my front two centre backs are going to be Marsh and Zagrini as it was last year, but Steiner was out on loan last year at Preston in League One, and did they get promoted? No, they didn't. But yeah, and he had a decent season, played pretty much the whole season, so he's going to be a backup. He looks really, really good. And then Tending, who's a guy I've just got on this year, and he's already progressed really well in training, so happy to have him in there. We've got a fair few midfielders. My 4 central midfield choices, and my main 2 are going to be Opara and Gordon, obviously. But Pavlenko and Pilipovic are going to be the backup. Pavlenko being the defensive midfielder, so Opara's backup, and Pilipovic is going to be Gordon's backup. Right wing, obviously, is Joe Waugh. I've had lots of offers for him. I've just rejected all of them. I had offer about 13 million at one point. I want him to stay. He's by far our best player. I need him to stay. The right midfield backup will be this McHenry, who I got from Chelsea, and he's actually tipped to wing young player, and he was also on the list for player of the season. But he can't play attacking right mid, so that's why I'm not going to start him. I put him on to train him, but he's already at 3 stars and possible 5 stars, so he's going to be the backup, but he could be a really good option. Left mid, obviously Diogo. I've not really got a frontline replacement other than having Grealish slot in. So Grealish is basically taking Sam Greenwood's place in being a versatile sort of attacking midfielder kind of play. Avero or more, as it was last year. Striker, I've kind of got 4 choices. But Laurie Turner looks like he's going to go out on loan to Burton. He was on loan last year at Wimbledon and did okay. He was at Chester the year before. He scored goals reasonably consistently wherever he's been. So he's probably going to go out on loan to Burton. I'm not sure Burton are. Aaron Smart ideally is going to be my frontline guy. His physical's gone down a little bit simply because he's injured. But he didn't have a good year last year because he was playing right midfield last year. But I told the manager I wanted to play a striker, and he didn't do it. So I'm hoping he played okay in the championship and then broke his leg. That's why he's injured. Charlie Bryan just played in the under-20s, European under-20s, and he looks really good. Scored 20 goals in League One last year. He was at Wrexham the year before as well. Scored 7 in League Two. So he's going to be a real good option at right wing and at striker. I think he scored 20 goals from right wing as well for Wrexham, so I'm going to keep him there. Yeah, and at Ibrahim Friday, his physicals are just immense, and he's got an extremely high work rate, so going to keep him in, and he'll be a backup really to Smart once he becomes available. But yeah, it looks like Laurie Turner is going to go out on loan somewhere. But that's my team. It's not changed that much. I said there was going to be lots of changes, and there hasn't really been, mainly because I've got money in, but I'm just frightened to spend it on somebody that I don't think is good enough. So I'm relying on a bit of youth to come through, and young signs really. I did actually have a bid accepted for Harry Kane. He's 36 years old, but his technical and mental statistics are amazing. His physicals aren't great, 36, but he wouldn't come. The bid was accepted, but he didn't want to come. He wanted to go to West Ham, I think. So I think that's where did he go there in the end? I don't know. If he didn't go, I'd be like, oh, that's a bit annoying. No, he didn't go unless their transfer I think their transfer window is still open. But yeah, I had a bid accepted him for 6 million. He's wanted by West Ham. 6 million I had a bid accepted, but he didn't want to come. And I keep an eye on the out of contract players, because where is it? And I keep an eye on the out of contract players, because once the deadline shuts, they basically become available really easily, and I'm including the ones that aren't interested in joining us right now. So if I could, where's the international? International is always quite useful because you can look at the guys who are most capped and see if there's anyone stuck, but most of them are retiring. Yeah, you're not going to find anyone that good, but if I just go on key attributes and look at some technical stuff, technique's always decent to have up there. So this is some older players, but or dribbling, because I want some attacking midfield players. Yeah, there'll be some to look out for. I'll keep an eye on that and see if actually have I got any. Strugnall. Mental and physical look decent, but his technical isn't very good, and he's 24 years old. That was at Bristol City. Nah, I probably won't get him. But yeah, first game of the season. Home to Millwall. We'll see what the assistant says for the best team. Again, he loves Moore in the central midfield. I don't like Moore in the central midfield. I much prefer Opara. Oh, Opara's suspended, of course. Yeah, he got sent off in the playoff, didn't he? I'll play Pavlenko then. Pavlenko's the backup. Into the war. Brian has been selected as the striker. I'm tempted to start Turner, but Turner might go, so if he plays well, I'm going to be gutted about that. So I'll put him on the bench just as a backup. I got to have a central defender as a backup, on the bench. More Grealish, McHenry. Yeah, there we go. It's again, the team itself isn't that much different really. It's the backups, it's the young lads in behind, and obviously I've got Charlie Bryan starting. Not quite adjusted to the formation by the looks of it. Passing, not quite there. Pressing's not quite there. The pressing might be the problem because it's a bit awkward in the role or the duty. Yeah, well, we'll give it a go. I want him to adjust to it. Okay, first game of the season, boys. Home to Millwall. We beat Millwall quite comfortably home and away last year, so we should be able to beat them, but we'll give it a go. Warming up. Awful Wall Street's on if anyone's interested, so my eyes might be averted a little bit. Okay, let's go. Encourage the team. Assertive. Yeah. Didn't notice that. Yeah, I'm going to delegate that. I didn't realise you could do that, honestly. How long have I been playing this game? I didn't realise you can do that. Okay. Let's start strong, boys. I don't think we don't seem to do very well in the first game of the season. We always tend to draw it mostly. Bristol City are losing. They've got an injury already. Here we go. What's going to happen here? Markande. Morgan. Oh, Mokai. Oh, good save by Cook. That was a chance. Glenn Mokai did well there. That's another highlight, but it's their ball. Swanson used to play for us, Zach Swanson. That's one of our old names. Oh, interception by Brian. Go on, Charlie. Go on, Charlie. Ah, poor shot. Poor shot from the youngster. Zigrino, Avero, boy. Lovely flip. Here's Joe. Here he goes. Oh. he gets in so many good positions that he should be scoring most games, honestly. Okay, well, we started all right. We started well. They had that one chance, but here's Jordan. Had a couple of offers for him as well, but he didn't want to go. Joe Ward, I think it was Liverpool initially came in for him for 5 mil. Then he said he wanted to leave, and I told him, you're important to us. And he said, oh, Paulo Diogo, get in there. Had a really awful end of the season, wasn't looking good. We got injured. The board actually told me they were concerned with him, and he has banged first game of the season. Get in there. Yeah, I had a bid for Joe Ward coming for about 5 million from Liverpool. That was the first offer. I rejected it, and he said he was unhappy about not being able to talk to Liverpool. I told him, you're too important and we need you to stay, and he said, fine, I'll stay. And it was just, it's happened before. I think Vivero and Ina both have come to me and said, why didn't you accept those bids? I was like, you're too important to us. I need you to stay. And they were flattered and stayed. I think I may have found a cheat code there. So I don't want him to get complacent. It's gonna be difficult, but we're looking good. Dominating possession, dominating chances. Ball in the back post, headed away. Boy, Diogo, boy. Oh, I'd love Brian to get a goal. He's going to be the backup striker / right winger. He's not going to be the key man. He's actually probably third choice in both the striker and the right wing, to be honest. But he's given an opportunity today. We're actually, sorry, I forgot to give you the season preview look as well. According to the bookies, we are second favourites to win the league, like we were last year. Pavlenko, mistake from the keeper. Whoa. We're second favourites to go up, and 2 of our players, I think, were Marsh and Wall were selected in the dream team. So, Charlie Bryan, come on, lad. I'll give it to 75 to Bryan. If he doesn't improve, I'll give Turner a go. It's Jordan whips it in, cleared away. Gordon. Bit lax from him there, but he's done well to get it back. Go on, Charlie. It's war. It's 2-0. Assist by Charlie Bryan. Goal for Joe Ward. Drills it in a near post. Well, we started this very well. I'm very happy with this game to start off with. I'm going to stick with Charlie Bryan. Avero's going to come off for more because I really need him to start up in his start, because he's not on loan now. He's at the club permanently. I got some things. I've actually got options on the bench now, which I'm really excited about. Grealish and McHenry, I want to start getting them in. Yannick Steiner will be a really good substitute. Defensive playing really well though, so we're playing well. So I don't want to change it too much. Joe Wall, out of the way, and they're on a counter attack. Counter attack's what caught us out a couple of times against some good teams last year. Hoping that we can deal with that a bit better. Our defensive line is quite high though, so that's why it's Mackay. Oh, they scored. William Walker. Got a bit lucky with the opportunity there. Disappointing not to keep the clean sheet. They're dominating the game. It would be very annoying not to get a win out of it. I'm going to bring on McHenry. Now, I know he's not I know I've got to take off Joe Wall, and I know he's not quite at the same role he wants to play. But I'm hoping that by giving him some game time as well might help him. Yes, I agree. Might help him, might give him a bit more confidence in the role. Closing in. Beautiful. Full time. It's 2-1. I mean, to have 23 shots to their 3 and only win 2-1 is a little bit frustrating. But it's a win. Diogo, player of the match, first game of the season. Delighted with that. Joe Ward got on goal sheet as well. Bryan with an assist. Yeah. They're not going to be bang on first game of the season, are they? In fact, I'd be more frustrated if they were, because we've had seasons like that where they've started beautifully and kind of tailed off. 23 shots to 3 is mental. Brilliant. Well done, boys. Well done, lads. Good win for us. Good start season with a win. 3 points in the bag. 100% record. All right. Lovely stuff. I'll check out the fixtures to see what big games are coming up and where we can show it how we've been getting on. I think the favourites to go up are Bournemouth. I have to check it. Yeah, Bournemouth have come down. The 3 teams that came down were Bournemouth, West Brom, and I'll check it in a minute. Middlesbrough ended up coming up. They recovered from the 8-1 demolition in the playoff final the year before, and they won the league by a mile. I think they had 99 points, so they're up. I think it might have been not Birmingham. Was it Stoke? I can't remember. No, I think we played Stoke last year. Premier League stages last season. Swansea, West Brom, and Bournemouth. If I look at Championship, look at the season preview for you guys. Yeah, Bournemouth are evens to go up and we're 6-4 to finish second. I'm not sure if that was 6-4 to win it. Or, yeah, I'm assuming 64. Yeah, it must be 6-4 to win it, which means we're second favourites to go up. So hopefully top 2. Oh, Diogo slipped in as well. So Diogo, Marsh, and War in the media Dream 11. And yeah, as I said, Diogo was favourite to win the player of the month. And look at that, key players. McHenry's in there, so I need him to adjust to that right attack and right midfielder position, because otherwise he's going to be Dream 11. He's not going to play. But yeah, let's have a look at the schedule, see who we've got. Bristol City. I showed you the Bristol City games last year, but I think that's a bit too soon. Bournemouth are there. That's going to be a tough one. I'll play it by ear. I'll see how it goes. I'm thinking around the big end of September, beginning of... So maybe the Middlesbrough game, that would be quite good. I'll think about it. But anyway, it's nice to update you. I love doing these. It's always fun. Beach Boys have started well. Are we going to make a drive towards the Premier League? Come on, the Beach Boys. Cheers then.